When I arrived at the house, it didn't feel like a home. It felt like a museum for someone's grief. Everything was polished, perfect, but lifeless. They called her Madam, a woman wrapped in elegance and distance. I was warned not to look her in the eye for too long, not to speak unless spoken to. I obeyed, at first. She never shouted, never scolded, just floated through the house like a ghost in silk, her eyes always somewhere else. But sometimes, when she thought no one was watching, she would stare out the window, clutching a glass of wine like it held her together. I started to linger, bringing her tea with a quiet smile, folding the same blanket twice just to be near her scent. I told myself I was only being diligent, but I was drawn to her in a way I didn't know how to name. Then, one evening, she called me by my name, Elisa. My heart caught in my throat. She'd never said it before. Her voice was softer that day, fragile. She asked me to sit, just for a moment. I hesitated, but I obeyed, not out of duty, but something else. Something aching and tender and terrifying. We sat in silence, two women breathing the same still air. She reached for her glass, and our fingers brushed. She didn't pull away. Neither did I. That night, I couldn't sleep. I replayed that moment 100 times, the weight of her touch, the glance that lingered a second too long. The next day, she asked me to help her with her dress, a zipper at the back. A simple task. But as I moved behind her, her hair swept aside, her bare skin exposed, I forgot to breathe. I traced the zipper with trembling fingers, and when I finished, I didn't step back. She turned to face me, so close I could feel the warmth of her breath. "Elisa," she whispered again, softer this time. I nodded, eyes locked on hers, my hands still near her waist. And then it happened. She kissed me. Slow, deliberate, not forceful, just full of years of longing finally given permission. That kiss unraveled everything. The air was electric. We melted into each other like we'd been waiting our whole lives to be found. My hands cupped her face. Hers slid down my spine. I felt her tremble, and I wasn't sure if it was her or me. She pulled me to the bed, not rushed, not rough, just aching. And for once, neither of us asked for permission. She undressed me like I was something precious. I kissed every scar I found on her body like they were prayers. We moved slowly, purposefully, like we were writing our names on each other's skin. She whispered things to me I still hear in my dreams. "Don't disappear. You feel like home. I forgot what it means to be touched with love." I held her through the night, my arm around her waist, her head on my chest. We didn't sleep much, but we didn't need to. We were no longer Madam and Maid. We were women, lovers, wounds and warmth tangled together. But morning came. With sunlight came fear. The world outside the sheets did not smile upon what we were. She dressed in silence. I made her tea and my hands shook. But when I brought it to her, she took it and kissed my wrist. A silent promise. That night wasn't a mistake. It wasn't a lapse in judgment. It was the truest thing either of us had felt in years. And it didn't stop there. We learned how to love in secret. Notes tucked into books, meetings behind closed curtains, eyes speaking when lips couldn't. She started laughing again, smiling. I started singing while I cleaned. The house was no longer cold. Until one night, I asked the question I'd been afraid to ask. "Do you regret it?" She looked at me, her eyes full of every answer I needed. "No," she said. "I regret every moment before you." That was the climax, the moment I knew. No matter what the world said, what names they'd call us, what doors would slam, this love was mine, ours, unspoken, unseen, but deeply real. I wasn't just her servant. I was the woman she undressed her soul for, and she was the one who kissed light back into my body. So if anyone asks what happened in that house, tell them love lived there, whispered in the halls, and bloomed in the silence.